2024, we welcome you, our families and friends, to graduation. This morning, we also welcome Bridget Gerard, Vice President of the Davis District School Board, Julie Powell, member of the Davis District School Board, Emily Price, member of the Davis District School Board, Dr. Dan Linford, Superintendent of the Davis School District, Dr. Fidel Montero, Assistant Superintendent of the Assistant Superintendent and Business Administrator of the Davis School District, Rick Astle, Davis School District Secondary Director, Leslie Mock, Vice President of the Davis Technical College, and Kaysville City Mayor Tammy Tran. We also recognize our school administrators, Dr. Lori Hawthorne, Doug Peterson, Todd Hammond, Stacy Jackson, Lucas Enzyme, and our faculty. Also seated with us is Mrs. Whitney Hall, who served as our PTSA president for the 2003 through 2024 school year. My name is Andrea Nichols, and I am the senior class president for the class of 2024. Seated on the stand with me, along with our dignitaries, are my fellow senior class officers, Grace Mabey, Wyatt Moody, Lucy Willard, and Michaela Heath, who also serve as our student council president. Also seated with us are Davis High School student body president, Tobin Butcher, and our Dartman, Sam Jones. We would like to thank the Davis High School Wind Ensemble for their pre-recorded performance, led by Mr. Michael Brookston. The Davis High School a cappella choir, directed by Miss Marcy May, and the directors and staff of the D Event Center, who've assisted us in their arrangements for this commencement exercise. This morning, we'll first hear from the a cappella choir singing Measure Me Sky. Following this musical number, we will hear from this class of 2024 senior class officers, Wyatt Moody, Grace Mabey, Lucy Willard, Michaela Heath, and myself.
To me, the beautiful poem, Measure Me Sky, captures a sense of yearning for growth, transformation, and new heights. It reflects the desire to break free from worldly limitations and embrace the vastness of the world. In a similar sense, high school graduation is a moment for transition and expansion for those who are moving on to better things in life. As the poem speaks of seeking to be measured by the sky, wind, and horizon to gauge their progress and potential, those who are graduating high school measure their accomplishments and aspirations as they prepare to step foot into a wider world. To me, this poem holds a close place in my heart by gifting you the bravery to take on a journey of self-discovery, expansion, and pursuit of new heights.
Song. Can you believe we're actually graduating? It seems like yesterday we were wandering into elementary school with backpacks bigger than us, filled with crayons, pencils, glue sticks, tissues, and even Clorox wipes. We found our colored square on the floor to sit on, learned each other's names, and began this 13-year-long journey leading up to this moment. Those 15 minutes of recess felt like 5 while playing games like tag, wall ball, and the games that we made up all on our own. We would show off our new kendama skills, solve Rubik's Cubes in record-breaking times, and trade Pokemon cards, which later got banned. Some of us would cover our arms in silly bands, while others would play soccer on the field. It didn't matter what game you liked to play at recess, because once that bell rang, we would rush to our line, enter the classroom, and learn together as one group. After a couple years of this routine, the teachers introduced us to more challenging topics such as division and multiplication. It seemed like we would never get it, but as we slowly learned our times tables, learned how many feet were in a yard, things started to make sense. We got through these rough times with encouragement from our teachers and homework help from our families. We learned how to be patient with our parents as they learned how to do math the new way, learned how to make friends over the simple things that we shared, like matching shoes or a favorite show, and learned, looking back, that life wasn't so hard and that we need to enjoy where we are now. As we've grown older, our perspective on the world has changed, and so have we. When we were kids, the world seemed small and consisted of our family, neighbors, and class. We enjoyed the small and simple things and didn't worry about where life would take us or where we were going. As we've gotten older, our world has expanded to connections around the globe, to larger circles of friends, and instant access to any question that we might have. We've been worrying about the big things, like where we should be heading, what our future will look like, and major life decisions that have caused us massive amounts of stress. As life's pressures have increased, it has gotten harder to notice and appreciate the small things in life. As we move forward, let's slow down, take time to appreciate the simple things, and remember our first grade selves. We've had 13 years of skill building, assignment completed, and project grading, which caused us stress, but they also showed us how to work hard, push through, and are now remembrances of how far we've come. I recently came across a quote that inspired me. Dear past, thank you for all the lessons. Dear future, I'm now ready. To the graduating class of 2024, you got this. Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. We made it. Let's all take a deep breath real quick, okay? Okay, after what feels like a lifetime full of late-night cramming, partying in the middle of the mob, and way too many group projects, we're finally here, decked out from head to toe in dear old Davis, brown and gold. Looking back on everything that's led up to this, we realize that nothing would have been possible without the unwavering support of teachers in our community. To the teachers who stayed after school to reteach us a topic, the teachers who made us chuckle and roll our eyes at their silly dad jokes, the teachers who gave out a ton of homework, and the teachers who didn't believe in homework, thank you for being our mentors and our friends. I asked a few students how their lives have been impacted by the influence of teachers in our community, and James Matthews from the theater program said, "Theater is the best way I could have spent my time in high school. It truly feels like a family." Drum major Katie Peterson said, For me, marching band was more than a competition. It was an opportunity to celebrate the Kaysville community. And Cash Gates from the football team said, "The best lesson that Coach Peary taught me was discipline and how to be the best you can be." Everyone has heard the phrase, "It takes a village to raise a child." But what does that really mean? We all came together to show love and support when one of our fellow classmates was in the hospital for months, fighting for his life and dealing with a bad brain injury from a car accident. We rallied our friends and family together to wear purple and to raise money for their family at a silent auction. We came together as a community when one of our fellow classmates lost a family member and dedicated football games to honoring his life. The community has also come together by adopting Inclusivity Week,
and cheering on our unified sports teams, and the Purple Up Month for military families, just to name a few of the valuable bonds created within Davis High. The all for one, one for all motto that our community upholds has shaped every one of our lives. We've had incredible turnouts at every event this year. The tickets sold from football, theater, and basketball alone comes to almost 30,000 tickets, which is amazing. Earlier this year, the student body set a goal to build our own teen center, and our Sub for Santa goal in December was $50,000, which we had never even come close to before. But by the amazing generosity shown by the community, we raised a total of $90,731. It was amazing. Gratitude for everyone in this wonderful community who has invested countless time and money into our beloved high school and showed us the importance of giving back. Thank you. Go Darts!
Today, we have the privilege of celebrating our present. I'm here to honor who you are right now, in this very moment. While our pasts and futures are very important, it's who you are today that truly matters. Davis High, class of 2024, you are devoted. There were many late nights staying up to finish a math assignment, science project, or English essay. And yet you still woke up early to get to school the next morning. On top of all those homework assignments, you worked hard to excel in your extracurricular activities. Our Davis High Marching Band won 3rd in the Bands of America. Our choir sang their way to straight superior ratings in the State Choir Festival. Our theater department won 1st in the state theater competition, and the debate team won 1st place in region. You are inspiring. You came dressed for the occasion, rain or shine, to support the many musical performances, sporting events, and theater productions. Your pride for Davis High runs deep, and it shows. I am convinced that our mall is the best student section in the entire world. It is a place where cliques dissolved and friendships formed as we supported each other and built each other up. You are determined. You have spent hours upon hours in the gym, on the field, and in the weight room, preparing to play your sport. Each minute you have spent working towards your goals have not gone unnoticed and have most definitely paid off. Some of the most notable successes in athletics this year was winning regional titles in girls soccer, football, girls basketball, girls swim, baseball, and softball. Our boys lacrosse team also won a region title and is competing in the state championship tomorrow. And you are generous. You set a jaw-dropping record for the most funds Davis High has ever raised during our Sub for Santa fundraiser. Each penny earned will go towards building a teen-run wellness center that will provide basic necessities to those in need and will impact several more generations to come. To say that the Davis High class of 2024 is exceptionally talented, supportive, and motivated would be an understatement. You transcended beyond your incredible accomplishments and titles and limits. You made your mark. You created lifelong memories. You fostered growth from within. You are special. You are extraordinary. And you are gold. Thank you.
Dom Toretto from Fast and Furious. Without family, you've got nothing. Can the parents, guardians, and siblings of the graduates from the class of 2024 please stand? Thank you. Please be seated. As we celebrate the end of our high school journey and the start of a new chapter in our lives, let us reflect on the impact our family and friends have had on our journey. To our parents and guardians, the ones who walked us to our classes on our first day of school in elementary, came along with us on school field trips, picked us up from school when we were sick, brought us the stuff we forgot, came to each of our sports events, performances, and competitions, asked us how our day was when we got home, and listened as we talked about things that made us frustrated and things that made us laugh. The ones who excused our absences when senioritis started again. They have been our biggest supporters and our #1 fans. To our siblings, they have been our partners in crime, our shoulders to cry on, and our biggest cheerleaders. The ones who have seen us at our best and our worst, yet still love us unconditionally. Our older siblings, who advise us what classes we should and should not take, and what teacher is the easiest in each subject. Our younger siblings, who we constantly bickered with growing up, have now realized they're kind of alright, but we sure are going to miss them when we move out. To our friends who have become like family, the ones that have been our companions and partners on adventure, the ones we look forward to seeing in class every day, we'll never forget all the late night conversations, the inside jokes, and the joy you have brought. You have made us laugh until we cry. Let us never forget the impact our family and friends have had on our high school journey. Let us also remember to express our gratitude. Thank you to our parents and guardians for their unwavering love and support. Thank you to our siblings and extended family for sticking with us through the ups and downs. Thank you to our friends and fellow classmates, all the memories that we will cherish. Congratulations, Davis High's class of 2024, and thank you.
Today is an important milestone in our lives, and with that comes a whirlwind of emotions. We're happy, free, confused, and lonely at the same time. Yet despite the jumble of feelings, there's also such hope and optimism for the next chapters in our lives. The last time I remember feeling this hopeful was the summer before high school. I remember believing that high school was going to be an amazing experience. However, it was a lot different than I imagined. I would love to have a conversation with my past self and tell her about all our adventures over the last 3 years. How we stayed up till midnight most nights, studying for our AP chemistry test. How we had to do hundreds of burpees in the snow at practice. How we had a horse brought to our front porch to respond to a dance. And how we somehow ended up in the position to speak at graduation. I could have never predicted how these last 2 years have turned out. Likewise, we will not be able to predict our future, and that's okay. Imagine if life came with an instruction manual, complete with step-by-step guides on every decision and outcome. Sure, it might be comforting to know exactly what college you'll be most successful in, what job you'll land, or who you'll meet along the way, but honestly, wouldn't that be incredibly dull? It is the unexpected twists and turns, the moments that throw us curveballs, that make life an adventure. We'd never learn resilience if we never faced challenges. We wouldn't discover our true passions if we never explored uncharted territory. And we wouldn't reach our fullest potential as people if we don't go through the times we are sad, or lonely, or scared. While happiness is a worthy pursuit, striving to only feel joy ignores the true value that happiness brings in our lives. It is the comparison of emotions that allow us to fully understand and appreciate the meaning of happiness in our lives. If I had never felt the frustration For working so hard studying for my chemistry tests, I would have never felt so proud and excited when I received a good score. If I had never felt the exhaustion and defeat from burpees at practice, I would have never felt so thrilled when my team beat Farmington. It is the low times that make us appreciate our best moments. Maybe high school wasn't the picture-perfect experience we envisioned, but as we move on to college, careers, missions, and everything in between, these years will help us recognize the progress we've made as people. We've grown from wide-eyed sophomores into capable young adults. The unpredictable future will hold obstacles. However, the resilience and problem-solving skills we've learned from high school will help us face them head-on. So while high school might not have been everything we expected, it's undeniably prepared us to thrive in the exciting chapters yet to be written. Thank you. I now introduce Dr. Lori Hawthorne for the presentation of the graduates, followed by Bridget Gerard, who will accept the graduates of the class of 2024 on behalf of the Davis School Board. Following these remarks, we will have the conferring of the diplomas to the graduating class.
Celebrating the Davis High graduating class of 2024 is a wonderful way to start the day. Welcome parents, guardians, friends, family, including those of you joining us in the live stream, who comprise the support network for this class of graduates. We are grateful for our school board, superintendency, and school directors who have tirelessly supported education throughout the year and have set aside time today to join us in recognizing our graduates. We would also like to thank our PTSA, Community Council, student government and their advisors, along with Davis High counselors, faculty, staff, and the administrative team who helped to make this such an amazing school year. Our sincere thanks to the staff of the D-Event Center here at Weber State University for their hospitality in this venue. Please join me now in a moment of silence as we pause to remember classmates and loved ones who are not here with us today. Thank you. Please continue to draw yourself to be present in this moment. While we are gathered in what is largely used as a sporting arena, this is not the time for that behavior. Please give each graduate the respect that they deserve by acknowledging your graduate appropriately and not at the expense of the next name being read. There is no doubt that this is an impressive group of young adults assembled here today. We often try to quantify that and end up doing that through some aggregate information. 34 members of this class have already earned their associate's degree through Weber State University. That is the largest number of associate degrees ever awarded to a Davis High graduating class. An additional 18 students, twice as many as last year, have earned their certificate of completion, which means they have completed their general education requirements towards their associate's or bachelor's degree. Of this graduating class received one or more scholarship offers. 148 students received a presidential scholarship award. Members of diverse student populations received scholarship awards over $1,200,000. In all, scholarship offers extended to Davis High School graduates comes in at just over $22,519,000. We have one young man, Austin Edgar, he goes by Cruz, who graduated early and is at Marine Boot Camp this week. We'd like to ask those graduates who have enlisted in the armed forces along with those of you in our audience who are currently serving in the armed forces or are veterans of the military, to stand so we can thank you for your service and commitment to our country. Graduates, today marks a significant milestone in your life and is a day filled with anticipation and reflection. Anticipation of the life that lies ahead and reflection of the moments that shaped you into who you are today. As you look ahead to the next phases of your life, what does happiness look like? Have you ever stopped to think about how we speak of happiness? If I just win that game, go to that concert, buy that new phone, get that job, then I'll be happy. We speak of happiness as if it is a byproduct of success. We search for happiness in extrinsic measures. We look for happiness in social media reactions. We buy now to have happiness delivered to our house the next day. And sometimes it even arrives in a blue truck with a smile on the side. We do and say what we want when we want because it makes us feel better. We continue to look for happiness over the next horizon. It's exhausting and unfulfilling. I have good news. That's not how it works. Happiness does not manifest because of something we have achieved. We create the conditions for happiness in our own lives. Happiness is not about feeling good. Happiness is about doing good. You will find writings on happiness all the way back to the classic Greek and Roman philosophers like Cicero, Pythagoras, Plato, and Socrates. In turn, they informed our founding fathers. You know, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The word happiness can be found throughout the Federalist Papers. It's also discussed in the personal correspondence of many of our founding fathers. In fact, Benjamin Franklin famously had a list of 13 virtues that he sought to master. I won't list them all, but you'll recognize some of them as I read them. Order, frugality, sincerity, justice, moderation, cleanliness, tranquility, humility, you kind of get the gist. He believed these virtues fostered a sense of communal responsibility and mutual respect. These qualities of human character were so important for Franklin that for a time he listed these virtues at the end of the day and would mark whether he achieved them or not. It didn't last long because he was largely unsuccessful in meeting his own standard. But he believed that by cultivating these virtues, individuals could contribute to the greater good of society and thereby finding happiness in the process. You can trace this concept of happiness from the classical philosophers and our founding fathers through Frederick Douglass, Abraham Lincoln, and even former Associate Justice of the Supreme Court Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And then somewhere along the way, happiness changed from doing good to feeling good. Think about a time when you were genuinely happy. As you relive that in your mind, can you still feel the same emotions? I wonder, is this memory one of an experience that involved other people, or did you conjure up the one of the day you got your first phone? In short, happiness is found through delayed gratification, sober second thoughts, and resisting your first and most immediate impulses for gratification. Happiness is not found in what you need, it's found in what you do. Graduates, live a life that invites happiness. The benefit won't stop there. We know from research into social networks that behavior is contagious and extends as far as 3 degrees from the initial actor. Having a front row seat to your charity, generosity, love, and kindness, I am confident that you can engineer happiness for yourself and those around you. Because of you, graduates, I am optimistic for the future. Before me, I see some of the best and most capable graduates that we could ever dream of having. Board Member Gerard, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the Davis High School graduating class of 2024. As their principal, I certify that each of these students has completed the necessary requirements outlined by the Utah State Board of Education for graduation from the Davis School District. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Principal Hawthorne. It is my privilege to represent the Davis Board of Education today at your graduation. Davis High School is an outstanding school full of grand traditions. I love Davis High and I have cheered for you all year long. I'm even wearing my gold shoes today, but you can't see them, but I got them on. You will always treasure the memories and the friends you have made at Davis. I was very tempted to use ChatGPT to write my speech today, but I decided against it. So if you don't like my speech, you can't blame AI. It's my fault. I hope that each of you feel a great sense of accomplishment because you have worked hard. This is a time for celebration. It's also a time when you might be asking yourself, what now? Now that I have graduated from high school, what do I want to be? I want to tell you that the more important question to ask yourself is, who do I want to be? I love this quote by an unknown author. At the end of life, what is really important is not what we bought, but what we built. Not what we got, but what we shared. Not our competence, but our character. And not our success, but our significance. Live a life that matters. Live a life of love. Every day is a special occasion. You each have a bright future ahead, and you have many choices to make. Your choices will determine who you will become. Don't let life just happen to you. Take charge and lead your life where you want it to go. Live your life so that the things that are most important to you are your focus. It is so easy to get distracted by spending a lot of time on things that don't really matter. We all do that. What is important to you and what you spend your time on defines who you are. So what is important? I want to share just a few things with you that I have learned and that are important to me. People are important. Of course, people are so much more important than things. I have a lot of things, but they don't mean anything. People do. Families are especially important. They love you the most and they want the very best for you. Gratitude is important, and that's been talked about today well by one of our amazing student speakers. Thank your excellent principal, administrators, teachers, coaches, and your families for helping you get here today. Making time to serve and to help others is important. You will never regret it. Learning to love others is one of the most important things you can learn in this life. Friends are important, and you know that. You're surrounded by them today. Everyone needs friends. If you want to have friends, be a friend. It's important to treat everyone with dignity, respect, and kindness, even if you disagree with them. We need you to be an example of this. Being a lifelong learner is important. Never stop learning. Lastly, it is extremely important to always stand for the right, even if it's hard or if you sometimes have to stand alone. I hope that some of these things will resonate with you, but you have to find out what is most important to you. Then do the most important things first, every single day. After that, everything else will fall into place or drop out of your life. If you do this, I promise you will make a difference for good in this world. Davis High seniors, I believe in you. You are amazing. I have met many of you. Some of you have even been in my home with my grandson, Paul. I have seen your goodness, your love for life, and your love for each other. I am impressed with you, and I have great hope for the future because you will be our next generation of inspiring leaders. And now, Davis High Darts, because you have met all of the requirements set by the state of Utah and the Davis School District, I accept the class of 2024 as graduates of Davis High School. So go out and make this world a better place by doing the important things every day. Congratulations, Davis High School, class of
2024. Emily Michelle Clark.
Melissa Jane Collin.
Mary Emma Clark.
Mitchell Roland Combs.
Sarah Lynn Crandall.
Will the graduates of the class of 2024 please rise? Join me in changing our tassels from right
close your eyes real quick.